Okay, it's recording.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome everyone to TikTok Shop Insiders Podcast, your source for the latest news and strategies for TikTok Shop. I'm your host, Ivan, and we have a special guest today. Her name is Jacklyn. She is a TikTok Shop affiliate. Hi, Jacklyn. How you doing?
Hi, how are you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course. So just to summarize here, Jacklyn and I connected on Twitter. She's sharing her story on there as well as other channels, but caught my eye on Twitter and she's been killing it, right? She had a 6-figure month. She is kind of teaching people how to do it and kind of really making some moves on the TikTok Shop affiliate space. So we're going to dive into her story just right now. So hope you don't mind that. Does that sound good, Jacklyn?
Awesome. Yes, let's get to it.
Okay. Well, I always like to start with, a little bit of background on yourself, kind of before TikTok Shop, what did that look like? And then transitioning into like TikTok Shop. How'd you get mixed up into there?
Okay. So basically, growing up, I've always had a fascination with making money online. Ever since I was like in middle school, I would always get into, I actually got into affiliate marketing at first. And I found out like these little channels where you would just like link things, and I actually got introduced. That's when, this is a little bit further down the line, but let me backtrack a little bit. So when I was little, I actually saw like these surveys where you do it online and you get like commissions for that or something like that when you make surveys and you make money. So like that was like my first taste of like cents or money made online.
Right.
And I was just very intrigued with it. And I was like, I did not know like that was a thing. Like I was always told growing up that you would need a job growing up and have a full-time like 9 to 5, like, and my mom was a teacher, my grandma was a teacher, so I was going down that track of wanting to become a teacher when I grew up. So then when I went to college, COVID hit, so I actually was majoring in liberal studies to become a teacher. But when COVID hit, I actually came across something like a finance area on YouTube, and I like found out about like stocks, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, drop shipping, all that stuff.
Right.
So I was like, wow, like I want to try this. Like this is something that always interested me ever since I was young. So I went into that, and I actually started going all in on drop shipping. So I started doing that from 2020 to 2023. I was just running a bunch of stores, doing it like all the other drop shippers, testing all these trending products, running these ads on Facebook, and then TikTok became a thing. So then running ads on there. And then that's when I came across TikTok Shop Affiliate, where there's these people just cutting out all like the expenses of doing fulfillment, cost of goods, and paying for like virtual assistants. And all they're doing is just making videos for these products, and they're just getting commissions off of what they made off of the video.
Right.
So that intrigued me. And I was like, okay, let me try this. I made videos back when I was doing drop shipping, and I made my own creatives. I never like outsourced to that or anything. So I kind of had that upper hand. So then when I went into TikTok Shop Affiliate, my first month, I ended up doing it with $15,000 in profit, which was crazy because within the 3 years I was doing drop shipping, I never made that much of profit in my bank account.
Right.
It was always just like revenue days that I would get. So that literally was just an eye-opening experience for me, saying, wow, you can make money from this. Like, I didn't know this was something that you can make like a job off of or something like that. Right. So I ended up going all in. The next month I hit a $80,000 month. And then that next month after that, I had my big month, which was $100,000.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I have so many questions. Let's pause there. Awesome stuff so far. And now I'll recap a little bit, similar to like any entrepreneur's journey, right? But you have these ideas that come up about, in your life, drop shipping is one of them. You kind of pursue that and you see a little bit of success, and you just, see other things that are in the similar arena, right? TikTok Shop. And you're like, wait a minute, I can try that. And you see success in it, right? And so that's one thing, similar to my journey. I did Amazon to start and I saw success there. Then you see TikTok Shop and you're like, wait a minute, this could be even huge. And then you try it a little bit and next thing you know, it's a 5-figure, 6-figure month of, like you say, all profit. So first, congratulations. It's a hard thing to do. But yeah, I'm glad to see you kind of that success. Cool. Okay. So I have so many questions, but let's see where to start. Okay, so your first win, take me back to like your first videos that you made. And obviously the first, unless the first one was a success, like what are some of your first videos? What are some like, did you have to power through to get to that, success? Like take me back to that for those first videos that you made.
Yeah, so honestly, I felt like I was really lucky with the first batch of videos that I made because I did it on like this trending product that I found on the little TikTok marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And the first video, I kind of based it off of how I made my ads. So I didn't have that much to go off of in terms of like content creation of format of how like TikTok likes it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, let me just go off of what I know. And the first video was really, really educational, but it ended up taking off. The first video that
Very first video. Okay.
very
Cool.
first video, it was like 100K views, and I immediately saw that day, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, you
this
got
is
hooked.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
so from then on, I just started duplicating what that video was, doubling down on that.
Did you use
Yeah.
that method today, that format today, that video format today, or predominantly,
No,
or
I've
not really? Okay.
actually, yeah, I switch it up um every few weeks because there's like different things that comes across TikTok that like catches people's eyes more.
Yep.
Back then what I did was just stay more on the educational side of just talking more about the product and how it's helped me. So I was just hitting more on like the emotions of people back then. I still do that now, but more it's more like storytelling now than more of like a logical side of the product.
Got it. I love it. I love it. Okay. And then, so you got that first video. It's also some success. And then like, what's kind of like your big success? Like what's the kind of biggest one after that first video?
I would say the next one, I feel like with success, it's different for others, but for me, it was like seeing the numbers increase, not just like the on the dashboard, but the views from the video. And every single time I would see that, I would just base videos off of that point and add a little bit more to it to what I think it would add more information or help people convert better. Because I know that there's interest in the product. So I was like, okay, I just need to double down on people's insecurities with the product or how it could help them, and vice versa. So that's just what I double down on that.
Okay. So same product,
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
continuing the education, the videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Testing different styles with it. And then the following month, I actually found another winner and I started doubling down on that one. And when that one came across, I actually came across like a week later, another winner. So it was just two winners in that month that made that month grow exponentially. So it wasn't just one product anymore.
This was in March.
So March was the 15K one. And then the two products that took off was in April. That gave me that 80K month.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. I love it. Okay. So you went in searching for products, you made videos and one popped off, and then you just made more videos of that same product, changing it a little bit. What was that format like? You said it was more educational, but like what were some of the structural things that you had behind the video, right? It's, hooks, calls to action, stories. Like what did that look like when you created those videos?
Yeah, so during that time, I recently found out like there's so many different content styles you can go off of. Like there's voiceovers, there's you just talking to the camera and making a testimonial. There's you just showing the product, and I just played around with all those stuff.
Okay,
but
so pretty wide, right?
Yeah,
pretty
very wide range. But the one that started taking off was like the voiceovers because I can make the voice fast paced as well as the video itself. So I noticed that the faster clips that you have for the videos, it keeps the attention for the viewers to keep watching. So that's what helped me. And then that's when I'd start throwing in the benefits of the product in between.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. So it's just kind of like testing out a wide range and seeing what works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are some of the highs, but what are some of the lows, right? So you get these 80K months and inevitably it's not going to keep that range. Either some low months, like videos not getting seen. What do you think for yourself? This is a common question from affiliates that I get. It's like, I have great times and it's not so great. And so I'm not going to make videos anymore and they kind of fall off. Like, what are the things that you think about when you don't have those views, you don't have those sales? Like, what do you fall back on?
Yeah. So definitely the main thing that I've learned about this is that it's it's organic. It's everything's not, of course, given to you. It's of course going to be based on virality, how good your videos are, and that can flop sometimes, and that's understandable. So the main thing that I knew going into this is mindset is a really big thing. The more that you put yourself down for having these views or these dashboard numbers, you see them go down, it will impactful for me personally. It impacted the way that I would make my videos. So if I came across it as like, oh, I'm not doing that good, and I would try to make videos that same day, the videos wouldn't be as good as
so the vibe is necessary.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. So the mindset is everything when I'm playing into this. And usually I just like block the numbers out now at this point. Like, yeah, it's good to look at, but I'm focusing more on the inputs than the output of it.
What are those inputs for you?
Yeah, so basically for me, I take things to like journaling. I journal a lot and I say a lot of affirmations. And like I meditate, and that's helped me get into that flow state and that mind state of like, okay, you can do this. Like you have like the ideas, it's gonna come to your brain. You just have to film it right and like see what's working already and implement that to your videos. So that's what goes through my mind.
So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So I've talked to other affiliates, and one of the things they say, it's like a certain number of videos created per day, right? They do like 4 per day, or X number per week. Is that something you abide by, or is it kind of like more mindset, like get yourself in the groove and then that'll kind of take care of itself?
Yeah, so I feel like depending on like how much content you put out, I feel like it's more about the quality than the quantity. The better that you have your videos. Like you could be posting 1 a day, but if those videos are really, really good and you think that you did really, really good in those videos, and that's better than just trying to pump out, I need to pump out like 4 a day, and they're not good at all.
Okay, so it's just like the mental framework prior to the video, setting yourself up, hey, really believing in the format that you're putting across, and then that'll kind of translate in the video and then into the sales.
Yeah, and then of course, like, there's like research too, seeing what's already working with other people, like with other products. You can implement that with your videos as well.
Yeah, that leads to my next question of product selection, right? You have a handful of, you have a mountain of products out there. You have your inbox is probably overloaded every day, and you have great brands reaching out to you and not so great brands. Like, what's your product selection look like? How do you see success, past these like messages that are being sent to you?
Yeah, so I definitely have like a rule book for myself when I'm working with brands or trying to look for products. I look for products that have a lot in stock, just in case a video does go viral. You don't want them to not have any more stock, because then that's stopping you from making more money. So look how much stock they have, how much they sold, at least like 1,000 units sold, just so they can have traction. So when someone clicks on that product, they can see that other people have bought it. I'd also look at the review, or like the reviews of the product, seeing how much stars it has, and then the videos that already are made for that specific product. So if I can see that people already have viral videos for this product, I can build off of those to help me make my videos even better.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. So that's an ongoing list. Any other items on your list that you can think of? But those are really good ones, all kind of baseless. If you don't have one of these, your video is essentially gone to waste, or you don't have a fighting chance, or it's a better fighting chance if you have all those things.
Exactly. Yeah. I just feel like I'm trying to think of more of like in a customer perspective. If I saw this video on my feed and I saw this video and I looked at the product and it doesn't have like that many units sold, I wouldn't trust it. So I'm just thinking in the customer's mind, like what would entice them to buy this right now?
Translate. Right. Something I've been noticing in the space, and probably you in the affiliate side also, it's like supplements. And like it's maybe like a red flag nowadays, right? Because like you talk about a supplement, you can get banned as an affiliate, right? You talk about it wrong, you have claims, etc. And even if like you don't have any claims, TikTok's algorithm can deem that you did say something and ban your account, right? So do you work on supplements? Is that something you're thinking about, or how does that play in your product select?
Yeah. So supplements, I have worked with a lot in the past, and I've had success with them as well. I feel like it all depends on like the way that TikTok does its violations, right? Because I feel like recently it's been, no matter what you say, you have to be careful what you say and how you phrase it. They're very touchy with the certain words you say and claiming that it's going to for sure happen for the customer and stuff like that. It's all just making sure that whatever product you have, that it is it would translate well in a video to where it wouldn't get you violations. So for example, like there's this product that I was working with that has something to do with bloating, and a lot of people's angles would be something like losing weight, and that's something that TikTok does not like. A lot of people would get violations for that, and a lot of people get their accounts taken down for that in that reason. So you just kind of had to think outside the box of, hey, what are some maybe words that like the TikTok AI would not catch on? Like, you know, that's when like slang words come in. Like instead of saying like a big belly, you could say words like foompa or floompa, something like that, like something that's going to be hidden, but slang that people would still understand. So in that case, I would really search up the reviews of products like on Amazon or something like that and see how these people are talking about how they affected their problems, and maybe see the types of slangs that they have in there.
Yeah, that's a great, like I've heard that before, but looking at Amazon reviews, good and bad, and addressing that in your videos, talking about it, you know, talking about the product. I think, you know, in summary also, it's just be super careful what you say. There is a term like results may vary, making sure to include that in your kind of in your script, etc. Very cool. I guess now that you mentioned, you know, your process, you know, your successes, you know, in you know, your 80K month, and then your biggest month of all was a 6-figure 100K month. Like, take us back to that point. What did that video look like, or was it on the back of one video, one product, or like just your hard work over time? Like, take us to that 100K month. Like, how did it start off?
Yeah, so definitely it was one video that popped off, but there was still some videos that were still trickling in some sales in there. But I feel like what this video does is that how I filmed it was the one video that I did not script. It was something that I just came off of the top of my head. And for some reason, like when I uploaded it, I thought that it wasn't going to do very well, but it ended up carrying me that whole entire month. And that specific video style was something different that I haven't done before. It was just me talking about unboxing the product, and it was just me unboxing the product and talking about it, and that one just really took off. And I feel like not only that, like showing more the genuine side of me instead of just like scripting out videos and like reading off of something and like recording. This is me just more authentic, and I feel like more people picked up on that when I was doing that, as well as the product that I picked did have really high commissions. So that also helped with that month.
The money behind it. Awesome. Yeah, one thing I wanted to talk to you about was one thing we preach and we do for our clients and our brands is cultivation of successful affiliates, or even, you know, any affiliate, right? That brand and brands you work with, like, what would you say would, you know, what draws you to making more content for brands? Like, what are some of the things that brands do for you, or that you like hearing from brands, or, you know, what are some things that you see, like when you have this success, like from your eyes, like how does a brand kind of keep you, you know, in their circle and on their radar?
Yeah. So from my point of view, I feel like brands that really care about their creators, such as like just like talking to them, saying like, hey, like these are some videos that have been working for us, and I think it would do really good for your style specifically, because they really pay attention to the type of videos that I do. It's very different from someone else's, and they would say, hey, like this video looks like more your style, you can try this, I think it would really work really well. Another thing that they do is like I give them ad codes and they run ads for it, so that's just another thing that gets me more views, more money in their pockets as well as mine, and then just pushes that out even more. That's something I also look for. And then just like incentives. Some brands that I've worked with has like, okay, if you hit this amount of GMV in this month, we can like get you a plaque, or like if you hit this amount of GMV in this month, like we can get you a trip or something like that. So that's bonus. Yeah, exactly. So having these incentives really like helps me want to get to that level for that brand, as well as like feeling like they really know me, as in the term of like they watch my videos. Like it's not just like another affiliate they push to the side and be like, just do this.
How many brands would you say you're quote unquote close with that kind of have that maybe you trust, or kind of in their circle? Or I'm working with a few now. I would say like I have 3 really good brands that I really like right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love it. Any lives? I know lives is huge. I know, you know, is that something you focus on, or not really?
Not really. I've not
Okay.
really tried lives. I've just more focused on just like the posting aspect of
Right.
everything. I've
Makes
just
sense.
found more success with that.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of like niches, you
Mhm.
mentioned product selection. I talked with someone and they focus on candies and snacks and stuff. What are some of the areas, categories that you enjoy creating videos for
Oh
or
yeah.
seen
So,
success?
yeah. So the niche that I really like is beauty and personal care, and I just feel like it fits in more with me. It's also the aspect of like, okay, what would someone see? Like, I look like someone that would like do makeup or something like that. So I was like, okay, let me go in this area. As
Mhm.
regards to like, if I try to go into fitness, I don't really like work out or anything like that. It wouldn't match like the demographic of what I'm trying to
Right.
hit. So it's more of like what niches would I think that I enjoy, as well as what would I look good doing or promoting in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like one kind of underlying tone that I'm getting from like speaking with you. It's like it's really about a vibe, right? And it's like that carries through on the video, right?
Mhm.
So, a product brand is very important to you, right? The mindset going into creating the video is very important, and it kind of sets you up in that video, right? Because people look at videos and it's doesn't necessarily equate like emotions or kind of feelings behind it, but like it does carry through. Like
Yeah.
you're kind of an example of like that's something that happens from like your mindset all the way through the product selection, because you need to feel natural about it, talking natural about it, and people see those videos and they can really tell the difference. So that's one thing I'm kind of taking away. So
Yeah,
um
exactly.
yeah.
I would just speak on that a little bit.
Sure.
Um, there are some like people that like they just try and find the products with the highest amount of commissions,
Yep.
but they aren't very connected to it. So they're thinking, why isn't this video going viral or anything like that? It's because they don't really understand the product. Some people just choose a product just because of the money behind it. But I feel like that, like you mentioned, it translates in the video and shows that you're not interested in it, and it would see people to just click off and just keep scrolling.
Right, right. So let's say I'm sure you've started a couple of your friends and family, maybe, or people have reached you online. Like, what are your top one or two tips for them in this journey? Like starting out their journey, they have their account, they're created, they have potential products in mind. Like, what are some tips that you have for their first couple of videos or mindset or scheduling or something like that? Like, what do you think is for advice from you?
Yeah, so definitely mindset plays a big part in a lot of people that I've seen making these big amounts of money, because
Okay.
so I feel like being able to set certain like expectations for yourself, not thinking that like just because like you see that someone's doing that, that you're going to do it that first month too. It always comes to like putting down the effort, how much reps you have going into it, because even if like someone, for example, like I put my friend on it, she
Hmm.
has not made a video before in her life.
Yeah.
So it's something that she has to get used to doing, and it's something that like she's not comfortable doing. I was like, so the more reps you do, the better that you'll get. Just keep studying these viral videos, especially with the same ones as a product, and then you can build off of that in your videos. Like some things that I tell them is like the hook is the most important part, because you need someone to stick in within the first 3 seconds, and that will keep them watching the video, and
Yeah.
then their attention will go higher, and then they'll push the video out even more. So yeah, I definitely tell them work on the hooks that are like trending right now, that will grab people's attention, as well as getting more comfortable, as in pretend like you're talking to your friend on camera. That's the easiest way I can think about it. If you're like on FaceTime with your friend, how would you explain this product to them, and how would you tell them to get it too?
Right. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So kind of wrapping up here, but like, you're just starting your journey, a couple months old. Like, what does the next month to, future hold for you, Jacklyn? Like, what, I know you want to tackle TikTok shop hard, but like, what does the next month kind of ongoing look like for you?
Yeah. So definitely doubling down on brands, doubling down on making better videos, as well as pushing more of. I wanted to share more of my journey, so I've been doing
Yeah.
that more on YouTube, building my personal brand, like you've seen on Twitter, and yeah, just getting more calls in, helping more people. I found the longer that I'm in this, the happier I get when trying to help people and get that same money for people. Because, like we talked about earlier, was I really love being able to provide for my family and helping others. I found that like I flourish in that, and the more that I do that, the better that everything else gets for me. So the
Mhm.
more positivity I put out to, whether it's like my friends, my family, helping other people, I feel like that always comes back in the end. So yeah, definitely working on the personal brand and pushing out way more new videos.
Got it. Yeah. And then, I'll make sure our team puts all your contact information, your Twitter, your YouTube, in the show notes. And yeah, that kind of closes it out. Any kind of last remarks out there that you had for prospective people?
Yeah. If anyone wants to get started, just remember it's a long game. You just got to keep going. It's all mindset, and never quit, because that's how you know that it's not going to work out. You just got to keep going.
Got it. I love it. Well, thank you for your time, Jacklyn. And yeah, I'm sure we'll continue to keep in touch. And, again, congratulations on the success, and there'll be plenty more. So
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. And that concludes my interview with Jacklyn, a TikTok Shop affiliate. She's had a great story from, just starting, talking about what inspires her, she did it, and how to get to that 6-figure month, which is kind of what everyone's after. Amazing story. So again, thank you, Jacklyn, for being a guest. And that concludes it for this episode. Catch you on the other side. Thanks, guys.